Welcome back, everybody, to another video. It's me, Rex. I'm back. Remember that if you guys remember that mysterious person that I was talking about? Well, that person contacted me and confessed who they were. Now, I'm not going to, do this whole thing like, oh, I knew it was them, but I had my suspicions, and I had already pre-guessed it. About who this person was, and I was correct. It's logical, and that person is Shadow Gamer XD, and I previously talked about him, and in a past videos, I exposed him about the whole survival series. But anyways, he came out and he confessed who he was, and I will say something that was smart of him to do, because I would have probably talked about him a little more if he had waited. But guys, he took door 1, which was a good choice for him. I would have talked about him more if he actually stayed hidden in the dark, but which is good, and I'm glad he chose door number 1. But honestly, I think that it should have been much sooner. And I think he said that, if you guys, it's probably up on the screen, the picture of him confessing or whatever. But so if you guys don't know, if I need to refresh your memory or something like that, my first video about Santa was me just calling him out. I just called him out on some stuff that he did that was wrong, and Santa, his original response was to apologize, and he said sorry. And I was originally going to make a video saying that things were all good, and that, Shadow Gamer and Santa are good guys and stuff like that. But I guess afterwards, Shadow Gamer dared Santa to say JK and insult me. And I guess that makes sense, because Shadow Gamer and Santa's School were hanging out together at that time. So that's why I kind of suspected they were hanging out during the whole Shadow Gamer, when I exposed him. So that makes sense. But Shadow Gamer dared Santa to insult me. Okay? And yes, that wasn't really right of him to insult me. Or dare him to insult me, or say JK. Yeah, I could see how it was funny, but I don't know how Shadow Gamer lived like this, knowing that he was the cause of this whole debate for multiple months. And I've spent a lot of time on videos and stuff like that. Okay, and yes, I'm glad that he confessed right now, but I think he could have confessed a lot earlier. But afterwards, after Shadow Gamer dared Santa to insult me, Santa, he chose the wrong path. Okay? And he goes ahead and he says JK. And he insults me as well. He calls me El Bozo plus Ratio. And Santa, if I recall correctly, you said something that would fit in with this discussion. And here, let me roll that clip for you.
If you never got permission and they said you could, that doesn't make it right for you to still do it, even though they said you could. It doesn't make it right, though. You don't have to even do it, so you don't have to.
Right there, guys. Santa pretty much says, and this fits in perfectly with the discussion that I'm talking about right now, is even though if other people said you should, doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right if other people recommend something or say you can do something. Doesn't mean that decision is right, if it's the right thing to do. And yes, Shadow Gamer dared Santa to say that, which wasn't a very good thing to do. But Santa, he could have told Shadow Gamer, I'm not saying anything against them, but he could have told Shadow Gamer, He could have said no. Because Santa, he watched the video that I made about him, just calling him out. Okay? He knows what he did wrong. But he doesn't care. And it goes to show you the attitude that he has. Okay? And instead of saying no and accepting what he did, what was wrong, like he originally did, no. He backtracked and he made a mistake. He chose a wrong path. Okay? He knows what he did, but he still chose to insult me. Okay? He had a choice to say no, but he chooses to turn that opportunity down, and he would prefer to have war over friendship or something like that. And the fact that he never once mentioned Shadow Gamer, it goes to show you that he doesn't care if he's toxic. He doesn't care if he's lying. He does not care about those things. If he really cared, we would not be in this argument right now, or this debate, whatever you want to call it, okay? We would not be here. And he just kept digging himself a bigger hole. And he's just going down, down, down in that hole, okay? But he just doesn't care at all. The fact that he's trying to get himself out of this twice now, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about apologizing. He does not care about what he did, what was wrong. He does not care about those things. He thinks that those things are fine. He is fine with lying. He is fine with being toxic. And you know how I know those things? Is based and it is reflected off of his attitude and how he's acted these past couple months. Okay? And Santa, he can call me full on toxic as much as he would like, okay? But I am going off of the facts and what I have seen, okay? And from what I've seen is he does not care, and he's just trying to get out of this. But Santa, I just want you to know that I am not going down without a fight, okay? And clearly you don't go by that, okay? But Santa, I'm not gonna let this just go, okay? I can't let this go after everything you've done, okay? You've done some really mean things, okay? Probably maybe even meaner than Shadow Gamer, okay? And I just exposed Shadow Gamer's, Minecraft account and his YouTube channel, okay? But I can expose a lot more about you. So I hope that you know that.